If you don't know the fundamental basic facts about whiskey and information about whiskey, then you're a useless sommelier. But if all you do with other people is talk about whiskey facts and information, then you're just a Wikipedia. That's a quote from my friend Jason Souter. Jason Souter came into the whiskey program, into the Whiskey Somm School years back, and very quickly became one of my favorite people to hang out and have a drink with. A hilarious human being, but also a kind human being, and shockingly intelligent. He quickly became an instructor at the whiskey school, and when we launched our partnership with Stephen Thief, he became one of the first instructors that could teach the Stephen Thief executive program here. And he used that quote on Whiskey Level 1 when he was teaching one of the nerdy whiskey information sections of the class. And his entire point was, hey, this segment I'm about to teach you, it's all facts and information and nerd whiskey stuff for like 2 hours. And if you don't know this, then what good are you as a somm? But if you walk out of this room thinking this is the point of the program, it's also a bad idea. That just makes you a Wikipedia. So that's a fundamental truth. When you fall in love with something, and I mean really fall in love, not just like, oh, that's nice, but get interested by it, which is certain types of people, by the way. If you're a certain type of people like me, like Jason, like the people who tend to come to this school, you very quickly dive into all of the details and explore and read and watch videos and study things. And these are the kind of people who end up in lifelong education patterns, where they're always in school of some sort. These are your Eric Waits of the world, right? Always educating themselves, always learning, always trying new ways to understand more and grow their knowledge. They're the inquisitive people, the question askers. And they're in every category, by the way. They're not just whiskey, they're in psychology, they're in engineering. This is not this is a genre of the human brain and personality type, regardless of what thing you tend to obsess over. And we love nerds, by the way, because, let's face it, we are nerds. So that's our people. It's a certain kind of person who thinks it's a good idea to come to a place called Wizard Academy and a school called Whiskey Marketing School to become a whiskey sommelier. That's definitely our kind of people. And those kind of people tend to lean towards a view of the world that is everybody wants to know facts and information about the things that I care about. That's why I have the other profound truth that I always try to bring to the table in that conversation. But first, let's talk about Jim Beam Bonded. So they've discontinued this one last year, and they replaced it with Old Tub Bonded, which I think we shot an episode about. But I think this is a great example of when Jim Beam releases something that isn't just their generic Jim Beam white label. So it's their classic mash bill as all the normal Jim Beam things. That Bonded is named after the 1897 Bottled in Bond Act, which for the real nerds in the room, you know. And for those who don't know, what it was is in the late 1800s, they passed a government act to sort of clean up the whiskey industry and to separate people making real whiskey from the rectifiers and the people making dangerous and sketchy things or using vodka and adding flavoring to create something they called whiskey. And it was this product where if it was bottled in bond, it had to be made at a single distillery, the product of a single distillery, a single season, single master distiller, bottled at 100 proof, a minimum 4 years old. And that became one of the most restrictive whiskey rules in the world. Still is, actually. To meet the requirements of bottled in bond is one of the most restrictive whiskey rules. Now, we don't really have that problem because TTB regulates people doing illegal and shady things with their products. And so now it's sort of a callback to a historical era of whiskey, which I think is cool. And it definitely tells you what is and isn't in this bottle, right? It can't have anything other than what meets the 1897 Bottled in Bond Act. So, as far as Jim Beam goes, a little more oak than normal. Still that sort of thin caramel and thin vanilla. Soft sweetness, but still nice. A little thin, for lack of a better description. Better in the palate. Honey, caramel, soft oak tannins. I think because of the proof, it really glides over the palate. Not that complex, but very pleasant. And it does have that classic Jim Beam thing going on, which I don't always like, but I like it in this presentation. A little tangy, citrus is the wrong word, but there's a tanginess to the sweetness. Yeah. So, at Whiskey School, we are not interested, this is what we say all the time, we're not interested in training gurus. We don't have time for gurus. We don't have patience for gurus. And we really don't have patience for people who just want to be gurus. Those people are all about themselves, and gurus tend to be, I'm using this term as a derogatory term, there are probably real gurus in the world, but we live in an era these days where people just call themselves gurus of things, and usually those people tend to be most focused on displaying their knowledge and making sure everyone in the room knows they know more than you, putting you in your place with knowledge. And the whiskey industry has those people, just like the wine industry has those people. And we built a school specifically designed to avoid and sort of combat those people. And what we say in the program is, we're not interested in gurus, we're interested in shepherds. We are a school training whiskey shepherds. Now, what's the difference? Well, first, you absolutely have to know things and be knowledgeable about sheep in order to be a shepherd. I mean, shepherds are part land manager, part animal husbandry and biology, part veterinarian, part guard dog, all around hard worker, right? But their primary driver is to care for the sheep. That's it. Everything they do is in service of caring for the sheep, right? And we wanted to train knowledgeable whiskey people who are part whiskey nerd, part chemist, part marketing human, part good storyteller, communicator, but whose primary driver was to care for the sheep. And the sheep in this world are the people who care about whiskey or think they might care about whiskey. We wanted to create people who were guides, who could show up and help people take just the next step in their whiskey journey without being a snob and without being pretentious and without trying to put people in their place or display and show off their knowledge. Just people who are there to guide other people on their journeys. Shepherds. That's who we are. So here's to shepherds, and here's to you. I'm really glad you're here. Cheers.